Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is Benjamin, and welcome to another GameMaker tutorial. This tutorial is part 6 to my random level generation series, and it was another request from you guys wanting to know how you could do this. So we're going to talk about how you can spawn some different enemies inside of the level. Now I know some of you are going to be so sad because I'm not uploading the RPG tutorial video today. I'm sorry, I don't have time to do 2 videos today, and I wanted to do this video today. I will be doing the next one tomorrow early in the morning, so you can look forward to that, and I do apologize that that's not coming out today, but I have things to do. So let's jump right into this one. The first thing I'm going to do is duplicate the player object, or the player sprite right here. I'm just going to right click on it and duplicate. And we're going to call this sprite enemy. And then I'm going to edit it, images, colorize. And I'm going to do a shift hue and then shift it to a red color. There we go. We've got our enemy there. Now I'm going to create an enemy object. So I'm going to create a new object and call this one enemy, and I'm going to give it the enemy sprite right here. Add an event, create event. I'm going to drag over a code here, and we're just going to say get the depth equals -y. This is just giving the enemies a correct depth inside of the room. I'm not going to do anything else. We're just spawning enemies into this random level. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open up our level, and we're going to go into the create event, and you can scroll down to where we add the floor tiles right here. See where we're adding the floor tiles? That's a great spot to create some enemies, and the reason is because, well, it's a floor, so we already know this is a floor tile, so we should be able to create an enemy there. We won't be creating enemies in walls. So what we can do is I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to do add some enemies. I'm going to create an odds variable, a temporary variable for odds. Var odds equals 10. Okay. And then I'm going to do an if statement here. If point distance XX times cell width plus cell width divided by 2, YY times cell height plus cell, you know what, let's get those right there. We're going to do var enemy X and var enemy Y. Okay, so I'm going to just copy these right here. X. Because this is just converting the from the grid to an actual X and Y coordinate in the room. So we've got enemy X and enemy Y, and we're just doing, this is the formula to get those. Then we're going to do point distance, let's see, enemy X, enemy Y, player.x, and player.y. If that distance is less than 8, or is greater than 80. That just prevents the enemies from getting spawned right next to the player. So we're just checking to make sure we're far enough away from the player object. And irandom odds is equal to odds. So that's just an easy way to check. Basically roll a dice. We've got a 1 in 10 chance that we'll create an enemy there. If so, instance create enemy X, enemy Y, enemy. Okay? So we're just getting the position, right? Which is a floor tile. We already know that right here. And then we're checking the distance to the player. If it's greater than 80. And if our odds hit, so if we roll the dice, we get the right odds for putting it down, we'll create an enemy there. Now let's run the game real quick. And it still has the saving and loading from the last one, so I'm just going to say no, I don't want to load a new room. So we created a room, and there you go. There's some enemies already in this room. 10 might be a little bit too often. I don't know, it depends on how many enemies you want in your game. Like this game has quite a few enemies in it right now. Obviously I don't have any artificial intelligence, but it does spawn them. So if you want to lower the odds, you just increase the odds. Doesn't really make sense, but that's what you would do. Come into, or was it? Did I miss it? Come into odds right here and just make this 20. And that's going to be a 1 in 20 chance instead of a 1 in 10 chance. So, nope, don't want to load a room. Come into this room. There's going to be less enemies. But you can see we're still creating the enemies. There's still some. There's one right there. One right there. Yeah, this room doesn't have very many, but we increased it by, or we decreased the odds. 1 in 20. So there you go. That's a quick little video on how you can do some random enemy spawning. I'm going to actually continue this series because it was requested that I show how I did the shadows for the walls. So I'm going to show you guys how I did that. I used a surface for it, but I'll show you in the next part to this series. But probably won't come out tomorrow because I'm doing the RPG video tomorrow. Because everyone's going to cry when they see that I did this one today instead of the RPG video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If this video is helpful to you, be sure and like it and favorite it and share it on Twitter. Twitter is a great place to share, or on Facebook. And I will talk to you guys later.